Hey friends, thank you so much for joining me today. So, let me move this so I don't look so ominous. Meow. What we're going to be, oh, and the phone is going like up and down. We don't want that. What we're going to be working on today is hip mobility stuff. We are going to do a tabletop. So, feel free to use a table, like a coffee table, a chair, a stool to elevate your hands. So, instead of being here, actually, tell you, this is like just me. There's no major production, but a table like this can help because we're just gonna do on our knees. Okay. This is an all level class. Just comfortable clothing, water. Let's get started. A little all over the place. I'll just tell you right now, it took me forever to it's taking me forever to recover from this particular bout of multiple sclerosis. So I thank you so much for being patient with me as I try to recover. I will get to a point where I feel all better for the most part. But in the meantime, I'm going to try my best to show up. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with baseline. And then we're going to do the lower body, feel yourself warm up. And we'll continue. Okay, so baseline. Our range of motion in this moment in time, right now, what does it look like? We're going to come into a comfortable seated position. You can put a cushion under your belly. Booty. Pull out the booty cheeks. Okay, so if you're here and you're having a hard time stacking that spine over your pelvis, go ahead, press your hands down behind you, push that chest up. I want you to take note of how you feel. Okay, more than where you look, because obviously, we're not really stacked over the pelvis at this point, but that's okay. We all start somewhere. Some of us are here. If you can stack the spine, we are going to try to come forward while keeping. So there's no such thing as neutral spine. We all have curves in our spine all the time, no matter how we're sitting. But what I'm looking for in this particular moment is if you have a line from the top of your head, like a string, and all runs all the way down to between your booty and your whatever you have. If you try to elongate that line nice and tall, nice and taut, that is what I'm looking for. All right. The plumb line. Just remember that. Marlowe Thiskin. Anyway, we're going to keep ourselves nice and long, nice and tall, and we're going to look forward. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to come forward. We're going to stop. And we're going to stop at resistance. And yes, this is where I'm at. I'm starting to feel tension. I want you to notice too, because for me, tension in the hamstrings, I've got tension in the lower back and the lumbar spine. I want you to take note of all that. Put that in your mind palace, because we're going to try to see if after we do a sensory warm up, if it's altered the baseline for better. Okay, slowly come up and out of that, shake it out. All right, we are going to lean on one leg. This leg can be straight, this leg can be bent. We are going to start with our feet. We're going to start with the toes. We're going to put the fingers in the toes. Now, if you want to come down here, any way that you can get to the toes, any comfortable position for you to get to your toes, to get to your feet. This works for me, okay? Find what works for you. Get in the toes, rub the bottom of the toes, rub the balls of the feet, the sides of the feet, the soles of the feet, the heel. We're going to do the top of the foot, the top of the toes, the top of the ankle, sides of the ankle, the back of the ankle, sides of the shin, sides of the calf, back of the calf, top of the shin. We're looking at our body. We're taking note of how this feels, of what it looks like. We're hitting every inch of skin, going up to the knee, up to the thigh. It's the top of the quad, the tension fascia, the inside thigh, the hammy, where the hammy connects to the glutes, and then we're going to get all three glute muscles. And I just noticed that my underwear was all bunched in. LOL. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting notifications while I'm recording. But this is a good one. So we're going to go up. Like I tell you all the time, I basically record like I'm teaching a live class. So if things happen in the middle, you're going to see it. So we're going to get all 3 glute muscles. We're going to get the hip. We're going to get, and we're going to get the apron, if you have one, the lower belly, and the side. We're going to move over. Remember, however it feels comfortable to you, we're going to move over to the other side. Get in between the toes. Give yourself a nice little massage. The toes hold you up during the day. They carry you around. We got to give them love. Not just when we're getting pedicures, right? The sides of the foot, the balls of the feet, the inside sole, the heel, the ankle, the top of the feet, top of the toes. Top of the morning to you. Sides and front of the ankle. Top and sides of the shin. Top and sides of the knee. Calf. We got to get that calf. We got to get the knee, the back of the knee, the sides of the knee, the top of the knee, the patella. Tensile out the fascia. Quad. Inside of the thigh. Hammy. And then 3 glute muscles. Minimus, medius, and maximus gluteus max. Yes. We usually tend to hear about 1, the gluteus maximus, but we have 3, and we should be, doing movement that works all 3, which is kind of what we're going to do a little bit today. Nothing intense. Don't be afraid. Okay, we're going up, getting the lower belly, the sides, the hip. Okay, let's come back into this forward fold position. Hands behind you, press up, see if that makes a difference. If you're here, nice and stacked, we're going to look for a spot past where we were last time. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to reach for it. Oh, shit. The way I just surprised myself, with this sensory warm-up, because I was here. Remember? I was like, oh, this feels... I was feeling sticky. And my lower back, my hammies, I could feel it. But just by doing a sensory warm-up, where we're really just focusing on enhancing that brain-body connection, it's going to differ from individual to individual. Some people might actually experience less range of motion, and it's only because sometimes things can be triggering and traumatic, and that will put in protective tools in place from your brain, like muscle stiffness and pain. All right, hydrate. All right, we're going to do the old standbys. The more we do this, the better that we get. Okay, because we are trying to go from here to here, right? We're trying to progress to that. And I'm noticing now, like I wear shorts all the time. Okay, I'm sorry. Sensory wise, this is what feels good. And I notice I'm like not meaning to flash any of you. I can't believe I just said that, because that's all my page on Instagram is me flashing people. Okay, so we are going to work on our 90-90s. I know, but we're gonna make like a flow. Okay, so it's not just gonna be the windshield wipers and letting go, like the same stuff we normally do. I'm gonna do a flow with pigeon. Okay. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to start with windshield wipers, placing the hands behind you if you need to. Push that chest up nice and high. We're going to bring our feet close to our booty. Okay. And we're going to allow the knees to just come side to side. Now you can lean back if you want. You can lean back into your hands. It allows you greater range of motion as you're doing the windshield wiper movement. Notice how when my knees come down, my feet are stacked over. Okay, so we're just going to do this a few more times. This is kind of the warm-up. Yeah, it is kind of the warm-up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to allow the knees to come out, lift up, okay, reach. Just turn and reach right behind you. Turn and reach. Bring it down. Bring the knees up and over. Turn, reach. You're looking up at the hand. Okay, we haven't raised anything up yet. This is just the warm-up. Okay, other side. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Bring it down. Knees up and over. And reach for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Now we're going to try, okay, to bring the feet out a little bit further and separate them a little bit more. Okay. If it feels too tight, find the comfy zone. Find the comfy zone, even if you're back to where we started. Please. Okay. I'm here. We are trying to get here. So if you're here, we'll move into full range of motion until right when it starts to become uncomfortable, and then we release a little. Okay. And then every time we get to that spot and we kind of try to push the boundary of what is comfortable. Okay. So, this week you might be here. Next week you might be here. Really. We just keep striving to push ourselves into a little bit of discomfort so that we can progress. Okay. So I'm going to release my hands. If you still need them back there, you go ahead. You use what you need to access the pathway of movement. Alrighty. We're going to anchor the feet to the ground. We're not going to shift. This is a traditional 90-90. Arms where they feel comfortable. I like to hold them up here. It's an autistic thing because I'm normally here. And I'm going to shift my knees up and over. Okay. So if you need to place a hand down, that's okay. Try to keep just one hand down and then release as you come up and over. So if you need that extra balance, try to see if you can just have one hand at a time, just quickly coming on and off. Because that's how we're going to push ourselves to progress. So then that way we can just, right? So we're going to go ahead and do however you need to. 8 of these, okay? So that was 1. This will be 2. 3. 4. 5. And scooching forward is normal. 6. Like I'm getting closer and closer to you all. 7. 8. And yes, my feet are kind of sliding all over the place a little bit. 8. Let's go ahead and come into a nice little comfortable straddle, because you might feel a little like, ooh, I worked that out. I worked the hip flexor out. Yes. Pull the booty cheeks up and out of the way. And we're just going to come into a nice little stretch. I just want you to feel a stretch here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. So remember, if you're here, you're here. Feet together. If you're here, you're here. If you're here, that's fine. Just get the chest up. All I want you to do is come into a nice, comfy stretch. You can come down where it feels really nice. Find a place where those hip flexors are like, oh, that feels good. Not, oh my God, what are you doing to me? Okay? We're finding that spot. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to gently come out of that. All right, so we're going to add pigeon. Pigeon. I think I might turn it this way. That way you can see better. Maybe? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Once I see what I'm doing. All right, we're going to anchor the feet. We're going to come into position. Now, if you have your hands behind you, have your hands behind you. We're going to bring the knees up and over. Then what we want to do, you can place your hands in front of you like this. Right here, okay? The back leg, you're going to extend that leg, okay? Find a spot that doesn't trigger kind of like, when you get like the muscle spasms, because it can happen. It's normal, because we're going to try to roll over. So if you're up here, that's fine. Be up here. I'm here. And actually, if you want to bring that leg further, if you can do that too, to find a nice comfy stretch where you feel the stretch going down the front of this leg and kind of up this side. So you're stretching both sides. So if you're here, that's okay. Be here. Okay. So then what we do is we lean again to this side. We bend this leg back to position. Okay. Then anchor, knees up and over, extend the leg, roll over it. Let me scooch this way so you can see better. Yep. We're going to do this a couple more times. Okay. We're bringing that leg back in. Anchoring the feet, bringing the knees up and over. Shoot that leg out next to you. Roll over. Yes. So I was here, and then I made it one smooth move, and now I'm here. So what does it look like if it's a little modified? You're here, bring it out, and you might be here. See the difference? It's okay. Find the comfy spot. Anchor the feet, bring the knees up and over, extend the leg, and roll. And back. One more time. Anchor, roll, extend, roll over, back. Yep, that's what I want to get you to do. Anchor, roll, extend, roll over without using your hands. But we work towards getting there, okay? By doing it over and over and over and over and over again. That's what's going to get you to have better flexibility, better strength and mobility in your hips. Doing the thing. Gotta do the thing. Woo! Okay. Hydrating. Come back into that comfortable straddle, whatever it looks like to you. I want you to feel a nice little stretch, like a good stretch. Like, oh, this is a nice position to be in. Put a cushion underneath you if you need to. We're just going to come into a nice little straddle stretch. And we're just going to hold. So if you're here, be here. If you're here, be here. If you're here, be here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently come back up. Okay, that's just because it feels good because we were doing a lot of things with the hip flexors. All right, we're coming into a tabletop position. Remember, if you need to elevate those hands and push the booty back a little bit more onto the heels until you get more acclimated and adapted to being on your hands and your wrists, then do that. I'm going to be here. I'm going to have my hands directly underneath my shoulders. My hips are going to be right above my knees, okay? I'm going to do leg lifts. Yeah. And then we're going to do pelvic mobility. We're going to end with pelvic mobility because it feels really good. So in this position, I want you to feel from the top of your head all the way down, you know where, plumb line. Extend that line, okay? We're going to shoot this leg back. So we're leaning on the other leg. We're shooting the leg back, okay? I want you to just kick yourself, lift as high as you can, and then bring it back down. Yeah, that's where we're starting, okay? So we're going to shoot back, kick and lift, bring it down. We're going to do that 4 more times, okay? 1, back. 2, 3, engage that lower back. Engage those glutes. 4. Yeah, I said 4 more. Look at that. You can always do more if you want to. Other side. Other side. Other side. Extend. Kick. Lift. Bring down. Extend. Kick. Lift. Bring down. We're doing 6. Extend. Kick. Lift. Bring down. 3. Extend. Kick. Lift. Bring down. 4. 2 more. Extend. Lift. Kick. I reversed it. All movement is good movement. Extend, kick, lift, bring down. Come into child's pose if you need to. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come right back into that tabletop. Now what we're going to do with the other leg is we're going to try to get that leg extended, come out to the side and back down. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like. We're going to extend the leg. Don't worry about what your foot is doing. Shoot it out to the side as far as you can, okay? So we're going here. We're going back here, okay? So if you're here, that's fine. If you're here, that's fine. Do your best, leave the rest. If you're down here, also good. You're lift. The attempt to lift and the intention to lift is where the magic happens, not the actual action of lifting. If that makes any sense. It's all neurological. Alrighty. Lift. Bring to the side. Notice how my knee is facing the front. Come back. Shift that knee back down underneath you. So that's 1. We're going to do 6. 2. 3. 4, you can always stop if it's too spicy and come down into child's pose. 5, last one. 6. Kind of felt my body jiggle a little bit while we were doing those. Let's do the other side. Okay. Just trying to make sure I'm in the line of sight. Extend. Bring out to the side. Bring back. Bring down. Notice how my leg kind of shifts. This leg is shifting. The knee goes from facing the ground to rotating to face the front. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring those feet together, spread the knees apart, and come down into a child's pose. That feels good. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to come back into tabletop. We're going to work on a couple pelvic isolations. Okay? Let me switch it up a little bit. Hydrate. Okay. We are coming back into this position. All right? This time, what I want you to do, and remember, we could still be here on a chair, on a table, if you need to. We're trying to get acclimated to being on our knees. Okay? We're trying to toughen up a little bit. Okay? Got to feel a little discomfort if you want to progress. So we're back here. That plumb line, elongate it. Okay? We're going to start with tail wags instead of going up and down this time. We're going to shift the booty. So notice I shift towards the shoulder. Okay? But the shoulder stays. Everything stays but the hip. See? Shift. All right? Shift other side. So it's going to look, I wonder if you can see it better. No, you can't even see it there. So shift over side to side like you're wagging a tail. Notice if I have a line running down, I'm elongating that line. And we're just shifting the tail side to side, shifting the booty side to side, like paintbrush lines, horizontal lines. Okay, now what we're going to do, come back to center. We're going to roll the booty under. Notice that my head isn't coming down. I'm not doing cat-cow. I'm just rolling the pelvis under into that posterior pelvic tilt and then tilting it back up into that anterior pelvic tilt. So roll under, tilt up. Roll under, tilt up. Like that. And they might be really small. That's okay. Do your best, leave a rest. The more you do this, the better you get at it. Okay, so we're drawing lines going up and down. Now we're making a cross. Okay, so now coming back to center. Straighten that line. That line is going to be the center of our circle. So we're going to shift to one direction, roll up. Okay, pelvis rolls up. Nice anterior pelvic tilt. Roll around and roll under. Roll up to the other side, under, smooth out every rough edge, making every subsequent circle more perfect than the last. We are drawing circles on the back wall, utilizing our pelvis, letting it be the initiator to our movement. We're going to draw one more circle in this direction, and as we're rolled under into that posterior pelvic tilt, we shift to the other side, and then we roll. We're making circles. And notice how the rest of me is kind of staying out of it. Whereas with cat-cow or allowing the rest of the spine, you would see movement all the way through the cervical spine. We are just kind of containing the movement to the sacral and lumbar spine. Okay? We'll do one more. Push back into that wide knee child's pose. If you're using like a table, you move away from it and come into that child's pose and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And gently come out of it. And we're going to do one last little stretch in a windshield wiper configuration. So come here. Everybody come here, even if you can be here. We're going to come here. Okay, we're going to anchor the feet. Roll the knees up and over. Allow this hand to come up. And now we'll push the booty up and reach and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. That feels nice. Anchor the feet. Roll the knees up and over. Anchor that hand. Push and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently come down. Bring the feet together. I like this stretch. If you don't, if you have other stretches you like, feel free to do them as long as they feel good to you. All movement is good. All movement contributes to higher levels of quality of life. All right. You're here. Be here. Come into a nice little stretch. Come forward if you can. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to do baseline forward fold. Okay, if we're here, we're pushing up, we're trying to come forward a little bit, push into a little more range of motion. If we're stacked, we're going to inhale. We're going to raise those arms, and on the exhale, trying to elongate that spine and keep it long, we'll come forward. How does it feel? I can tell you right now it feels a lot better for me, but I've been doing these for a long time. Sometimes it could take a little bit before we start really seeing we can come out of that, the benefits, especially if we're not adapted to this kind of movement. All right, that's it. That's the workout. Thank you so much again for being patient with me. I have just, it's been difficult. It's been a hard time, I'll tell you right now. But I'm not alone. Love you all, my family. So it's not as scary. So yeah, thank you for being here. And listen, I'm on the upswing. I'm actually out of bed and walking and saying things with my mouth. So this is just the start. I should be coming back with even more content next week. You'll see liquid motion for me. Hopefully, actually on Thursday. This is only Tuesday. Holy shit. I still got the rest of the week to make more content. All right. Love you all. And if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to hit me up at resilientflexibility@gmail.com. Resilientflexibility@gmail. I will tell you where to start, and I'll help you like progress and point you in the right direction if you need it. All right. Love you all. See you on the flip side.